When we gather for exercises such as this, though, we are all mindful that workers do need to be properly equipped when entering the workforce. In 2016, there is a debate about soft skills versus hard skills, or what the balance should be. How much emphasis should you place on hard skills versus soft skills? And by hard skills, students, I'm referring to the technical expertise that you have, the ability that you have with the information that you need and with the tools and so on that you will need for work. And by soft skills, we're referring to those things such as your attitude and your presentation and your drive for excellence and those things. We are all aware that the nature of work is changing. We see it today, the way we communicate, the types of jobs, the technical skills that are required in the workplace are all different from 20 years ago, or 3 or 4 years ago, as Alex likes to call 20-something years ago, right? Even 10 years ago, the workplace is different. What we require in the workplace, what you need to get into the workplace as well, it's all different. And some suggest, as we look down the road, that the workplace will even look a whole lot more different, and that those of us who are in the workplace now, perhaps 20 years from now, when we look back, we wouldn't even recognize the workplace. Some suggest that machines will take over the workplace and indeed replace workers, and that there may be no need for workers. And some argue, and so this debate is raging, where will the humans be in the next 20, 30 years? Who will have need for humans in the workplace? Will we need them? Will robots be able to do everything in the workplace? And some argue that human beings will stagnate in the next few decades. There'll be nothing for them to do. But others suggest that the uniqueness and the adaptability of the human brain will still be required in the workplace. There is also a view that work will be optional since, as I said, machines will be doing most of the work. And this will free us humans up to be more creative. And that work will then become fun, because you don't need to do it. But of course, this is, as I said, a debate that's going on. There's a lot of speculation, and you may fall on either side of that conversation. You may fall anywhere in between. It's a very interesting debate, and it's going on across the globe. I was in Geneva just last week at the International Labour Organization, and this is what labor specialists have been looking at and what we've been talking about, because we know we have to prepare ourselves for the workplace of the future. And I invite you to think on these things, and not just the students, but everyone in this room, to think on these things. And we are doing this at the Ministry of Labour, and we plan to have a series of dialogues called the Future of Work Dialogues. In fact, we have started, and I want to invite you to be a part of these dialogues when we examine with our stakeholders not only what work could look like, but what we want it to look like as well, and the tools and the skills that we will need. Because we can either wait and see what work will look like and then try to catch up, or we can be craftsmen of our fate where the world of work is concerned, and we can actually design and prepare for the world of work. Barbados did it when a conscious decision was made to shift from sugar into services, and so that training had to go on, and there was a number of things that had to happen to ensure that we could make that shift, including the training that was provided to students. So here we are at 50 years of independence, and we have to look at the world of work again and look at the future of work. And as we do that, we have to bear in mind the reality for Barbados. As I said, it is going on across the globe, but we can't just sit back then and read reports that are coming out of other countries, because their reality, of course, will be different. So we have to frame that conversation for ourselves, bearing in mind our particular vulnerabilities. First of all, as a small island developing state that's vulnerable to climate change, and our need for a green economy and for green jobs. And we also have to consider now the 2030 Sustainable Development Agenda, and that puts decent work at the heart of ending poverty and creating a better world. But this is a conversation that we will continue to have, and a conversation that I said I invite all of you to be a part of, coming soon to a location near you.